This is what you do. This is what you've done for over 20 years. And it comes down to a few snaps. How well will you play? You hear Nick Sirianni talking about Darius Cooper. They're not sold completely on Darius Cooper. Why? Because he's a practice star and he made the all-pro practice team? That doesn't really impress people. I told you the other day, the only thing that Darius Cooper has done is given himself an opportunity. They don't think he's a better prospect than Makai Lemon or some of the other guys on the team. What they've done is they've noticed him, and that's what you're going to do when you're a UDFA. It's the hierarchy in football. It's what it is. It's not whether you like the kid or not. That's irrelevant. Does the organization like that player? That's what this comes down to. Are you sold on that guy? How do you look at that one player versus this other player? You go around the room and your position coaches, along with Howie and Nick and the coordinators, are in there and you debate on who's going to make the team. How many receivers are we going to keep? How many offensive linemen are they going to keep? What are you going to do? You see here? I'm down to ditch Johnny Wilson to give Cooper the roster spot. That'll be debated. That will actually be debated. Hey, do we keep Wilson? He's a more physically imposing guy on what we're trying to accomplish. Or are we looking for a playmaker that we think Cooper could be? And by the way, both these guys are completely unproven. Who do you think has a better shot to help our football team? That's exactly what you're debating. Hey, it is not on who you like more, like when it comes to personality. It has nothing to do with it. Who can help my football team? Oh, and these exhibition games, do you think they matter to Darius Cooper and Johnny Wilson? You bet your ass they do. This is going to be life or death when it comes to their careers. You know, I hate when I hear people go, it's exhibition football. It doesn't mean shit. Now, that's a reporter's mentality. Me, it's life and death, man. Your chances of ending your NFL career 50-50. That matters more to me than just, fuck it, it's exhibition. This is where you continue or you end. And you keep facing and chasing that false dream. Okay? I'll talk about that a little bit last night, what I saw with Fernando Mendoza. Yeah, man, this is going to come down to who Nick Sirianni, Howie Roseman, and the coordinators think can help their football teams. All eyes are on the offense. I completely agree. And I would think some of the backups, I'll tell you what we're going to look for here in a minute. Absolutely. This is, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be looking for here. Hit the like button. Super Chats go to the top. Adam Kaplan will join us at 3:30. Mike North, we hope we get the audio fixed with him. That'll be at 4:30. We're hoping to get Z at the top of the 5 o'clock hour. Good Friday to you too there, Suave. Appreciate you coming aboard, man. All right. By the way, there is no doubt right now here on August 14th, okay? The first 2 wide receiver spots have now been taken for the Eagles. Not something you would think that they were hoping. You were probably hoping that Makai Lemon would have pushed Dontavian Wicks for the 2-hole wide receiver spot. But because of his unavailability, that guy now has been reduced to the 3-hole. And for the record, he hasn't even earned that. He's been gifted that. Makai Lemon has earned nothing. And he is right now getting the benefit of the doubt for only one reason. because he was drafted 17th overall. That's it. Not because of his practice habits, not because of his work habits, not because of his study habits. He has only been given that job because they drafted him this past April. That's it. He's earned nothing. It's been gifted, which means it can easily be taken if he's not available. So the quarterback who surprised me the most last night was Drew Aller, Penn State kid. Looks like he's getting better coaching than he got at Penn State. That wouldn't shock me. James Franklin can recruit. I don't believe he can coach. I don't believe he can coach. I mean, but by the way, we guaranteed Wicks' contract. He was number 2 day one. Oh, really? Really? How many people believe that Dontavian Wicks was the number 2 wide receiver from day freaking one? After you just drafted a guy 17th, that's BS. You were hoping he was in the 3-hole and he was going to be your 3rd receiver and that Lemon would win the 2nd spot. Bullshit. You don't take a guy with a 1st-round premium pick and pray he's a guy who's going to come off the bench for you. Give me a break. Holy cow. I mean, the excuse machine's already beginning on Friday. Hey, dude, make the kid earn it, RC. Stop handing hall passes out. Sills, how does that dynamic affect the wide receiver room? Guys like Wicks and Cooper are probably looking at him sideways. No, they're not. You know the politics of the NFL as a player. It's not an Eagle thing. It's an NFL thing. So you know the politics of the NFL. The politics of the NFL, the kid who's drafted 17th overall is going to get the majority of the looks and the majority of the opportunities. Just the way it is on every team, not just the Eagles. I told you, the politics in football sometimes outweighs who should actually play. It cost Doug Peterson his gig because Doug didn't feel that Howie should have that much control of his Sunday roster. And that's why Doug's not the head coach any longer. Howie on the sidelines talking during that fight is weird. I've never in my life, and I've been at 3 places, I've never in my life seen a GM come up to a player after a fight and talk to them before the coach got a chance to. I don't know. I've never seen that. Not even in Dallas. But okay. They do things weird in Philly. All right. Howie's got more autonomy. As John would say, it's his roster, I guess. It's like being a cook and you don't have your own recipe. You got to take Howie's recipe and make it work. And to Howie's credit, it has. Like I said before, I don't think to the efficiency that you see in other places. I think you've left Super Bowls on the table. And I've said that, and I will stand by that because of that way of thinking. However, we'll see what happens this year. So, again, now the only thing that's up for grabs for Wicks is the 3-hole. Does he earn it? Right now, he's earned shit. And for the benefit of the doubt, that's the only thing that he's getting is because he was drafted 17th. That's it. It's the only reason. By the way, let's take RC's stupid take. Let's just say RC's stupid take is because of the money in the 2-hole. What if he gets beat out in the 3-hole? What would the excuse be then? If he doesn't start, RC, what will the excuse be? If he doesn't start. got beat up by Elijah Moore? Because why? They promised him that he'd get a look? What would be the reason? He's hurt, okay? Availability's part of it. You know what? Availability's part of it? Ask Nakobe Dean. Yeah, Cooper. If Cooper beats him out for the third spot, can't wait to see what the excuse will be by this guy. Hey, dude, I don't care what. How would you know anything on how it works? You would know nothing. 3-hole doesn't matter. Don't go to that spot. Hey, wait a minute. They promised that this is a new offense and they're going to spread the ball around. How are you going to pick up the water for AJ's loss? You're going to have to go to other places on the roster, are you not? More tight end throws? More to the slot? I mean, chosen. How are you going to improve your passing game? With Dontavian Wicks, which is a downgrade from AJ? How are you improving that? Oh, because Sean Mannion told you. I got it. Now, new offense. We'll see how that looks this weekend. All right, let's get to the topics. As we said, Eagles and Ravens. We're going to talk about what we're looking for here in a minute. The top two wideouts right now, pretty slam dunked. Dontavian Wicks and Devontae Smith are your number one. Who wins that number 3 spot is yet to be remaining for the remaining organized team activities that you're going to have with the Patriots next week. The rest of the preseason, and it's going to be a battle between an undrafted player and the 17th pick for the 3 spot. Listen to what I just said. It's going to be a battle for wide receiver number 3 on who deserves it. Now, there's 2 different points here. If Lemon is standing up and he's got crutches and he can run with them, he's playing. No matter how much you like your guy. Doesn't matter. Darius Cooper can beat the kid out. And it won't matter. Won't matter. I can't wait for the Patriots joint practice. I can't wait for that week 2. Okay? AJ wasn't a world beater last year. Neither was Devontae. I mean, what? Devontae was? I mean, you're making it sound like Devontae was some world beater last year. No, he wasn't. That entire passing game wasn't a world beater last year. I mean, so they fucking around with patience. No, I'm not doing any of that. Not debating with ignorance. Not happening. Sills, when the winning games and losing games is in the balance and Lemon is tipping the scales, you got to take him out or keep him in. Jimbo, don't be down on him yet. Be down on his availability, not on his ability. We don't know that yet. You shouldn't combine the two because, listen, you don't combine the two on Nakobe. Kobe's a good player, just wasn't available. And that's what people ripped him for, was his availability. You know what I'm saying? It was the availability of Nakobe Dean that hurt him, not his ability. I'm not out on Lemon at all. Okay, good. You shouldn't be. Brandon, don't say that. You'll hurt people's feelings. Let's see what he's. Okay. Get this. Comparing Lemon to Dean is wild as fuck. Why? They're hurt. and they're not available. And that's why Dean's not on the team. The Kobe Dean was a good football player. He was the captain of the defense. And he's not here because he wasn't available. And Lemon is not the 2 wide receiver number because he's not available. Plain and simple, guy. Seals, you think Jerome would have made the Hall of Fame? Not only do I think Jerome would have made the Hall of Fame, Jerome would have had 10 Pro Bowls. The University of Miami lost 2 players that should go and would have been first ballot Hall of Famers before their time. And that was Sean Taylor and Jerome Brown. Both those players would have went to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. First ballot. Smitty was pretty solid in games when AJ was out. I think he averaged 8 for set. Bro. Okay. Well, I don't think he was spectacular last year, and I don't think AJ was. That entire passing game wasn't spectacular, and that's why they changed it. No? If it was so good, Wisco, if it was so good, why are they changing it? Seals, the fight was really bad. Reportedly the worst one in years. I blame Nick because that boiled over from a previous snap. They were separated and went against each other following a snap and then went at. Dude, I'm blaming anybody for a practice fight. That stuff happens. Sometimes it gets ugly. Sometimes it doesn't get ugly. It got ugly. Move the drill. What? You don't think there'll be more fights in the NFL, in an Eagle camp? Part of football. Tempers boil over. Guys take offense to shit. You're practicing against each other for a couple weeks now. That stuff boils over. You don't blame anybody. It's part of practice. It's part of football. It's what it is. I hate to give you that take, but it is. Getting into a fight in practice, in a training camp, when maybe Fred feels that he's losing his grip as the swing tackle. Mauro Jomo's got a cemented job, doesn't he? Fred doesn't. Fred sees a guy diving at his legs. He's going to take offense to that, especially when you're supposed to be doing everything above your waist. Mauro Jomo's the asshole here, diving at his knees. The hell is that? If you want a fist fight, fight the guy standing up. Diving at his knees? That's an asshole move. Okay? Mauro Jomo's an asshole for that. I don't care what the circumstances were. You don't dive at players' knees in practice. Dude, people make a living. It's a tough enough league. You're diving at people's knees? What's wrong with you? And he's a teammate. Fred's got more to lose. It's a BS thing to do. Hey, punching guys in the face and tackling guys and getting each other on the ground, that's one thing. Diving at somebody's knees, you're an asshole. That's an asshole move. Diving at somebody's knees. Fred punched him in the neck and then pancaked him after he knocked off balance by Kendall. So his honest answer, why is Jalen the most talked about player in the league? Because he's the most questioned quarterback in the league. Very simple. I've never seen anything like it. It actually is a lot. Last couple of years, he's been the most talked about player. Wonder what Jay thinks. Listen, Skip. He's the most talked about because he's the most scrutinized because of the ability. He's not one of the elite quarterbacks. And yet, he's put up an elite resume. He's not Allen or any of these other guys. He's just not. But that's why he's being talked about. See? Listen, I tell you one more time. That video actually accentuates what I talk about every day with Jalen. I'm not the only guy. Almost 17 million people have watched that video and don't even know the context to the video, and nor do they care, which is weird. A practice pick? Really? How many throws do you think Jalen Hurts will make in practice before they play a regular season game? 1,000? In one pick? Really? Okay. Seals, you ever heard of a fight like the Crosby Cousins fight? No, I didn't hear that. Haven't been learned enough. Every time this guy is doubted, dude comes out and is stellar. I'm calling a Super Bowl within the next 2 years again. He's going to be on a mission, I'm telling you. Not a bad take, dude. If that's what you believe, all good. August 14th? Sure. He's the most talked about because they hate the way he wins. That's hate the way he wins. Winning has no visual, dude. In the NFL, you can win a game 3-2. Only in college football does that stuff matter. You got to win sexy because it's a beauty pageant on how you pick teams. When you pick the 12 best teams for the college football playoff, that's a beauty contest. In the NFL, you can win game 7-6, and it doesn't matter. A win's a win, dude. Hey, Sills, why respectfully do you care about topics when you clearly think the Eagles will take a step back? Or is it that you gloat how right you are and you can continue to shit on moves that are made? Okay, what have I said this offseason that you say that I've shit on? Let's go over it. You hired again a first-year offensive coordinator, and it didn't work every time you've done that. That's a criticism. Thinking that the offensive line is going to come back to full health is, I think, a pipe dream. Jalen Hurts changing from a style of play from what he's done to win all those games to doing something different, I don't believe he can. That's not shitting. That's an opinion on what you're doing this coming season. And if you think that's shitting, so be it, guy. That's called a take. Me, I would have continued to do what you were doing. Your floor was 11 wins. With that style of play, your floor was 11 wins. 11. You won a division title back to back for the first time in 21 years. You got to the playoffs again, and you want to change it. I don't believe that's a good strategy. If you don't like it and think that shit talking, then guess what? We'll find out. So sometimes you're wrong more than you're willing to admit. What have I been wrong about so far? Nothing. And you haven't been right about anything this year so far. We haven't kicked it off yet. Sills, don't flip-flop because you said they can't win with the style of offense that they were playing last year. Listen, they proved they can win. Now they're flip-flopping themselves and doing something different. Man, holy cow. You guys have no idea what sports is. There's no such thing. Players excel, players get worse. Players get better, players don't. Teams get better. Teams get worse. There's no set take, guy. In anybody's career. Donovan McNabb was a Hall of Fame player early in his career. He played himself out of the Hall of Fame. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see here. James, take a look at this here with Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels had a phenomenal year. What's the narrative this year? Can he stay healthy? Great rookie year. Now, what's been built into the conversation on him is, can he stay healthy? And will he win with that style? And will he last playing that style? Is that a narrative? Or is that something that the kid's played himself into? Is it that a fact? The more you play, the more you build a resume on what you can do, what you can't do, what you need around you, better coaching. Okay? What's with the Cardinal talk? I saw the Cardinals last night. That franchise is so bad that it's mind-numbing how far away they are from being 500. You see this guy? The chances of the Cardinals being 500 is as good as that peace treaty that the U.S. has with Iran holding. Honestly. You got to be kidding me. The Cardinals? There's a better shot. I mean, how in the world? Nobody said they don't have players. They don't have direction. Last year, they said the pass game sucked. It did. Now the Eagles changed their offense. They're saying, why are you changing? No. I said the offense passing game will never be good. Why are you changing what you're doing now? I've always said your passing game stunk. And now you're changing it to being a prolific passing West Coast offense. Hey, Killa, I'm not debating idiots today. Not in the mood for it. For the record, Sills, I never said you were wrong on anything. I just asked a question on your motive. There's no motive, dude. I don't have a motive here. I don't have a motive. There's no motive. What do you think? I have a plan? There's some strategic plan I have? Okay. No direction. What has Nick done? I think that's kind of self-explanatory. Hey, what has Nick done? Name me a coach you've ever had that was worth the shit. Who? Bruce Arians? And then who? Name me one coach in Arizona in the last 40 years that was worth the shit in Arizona. Dude, you're talking Eagles and Cardinals? That's like talking Temple and Alabama. I mean, what are you talking about? The Arizona guys should really, dude, this ain't a place for you to debate your team. Who the hell would want to cover the Cardinals? My God. Be miserable every day. Sills, AJ was right. They weren't good enough at the passing and would not have it when they needed it. They needed it in the 49er game and lost because they didn't have it. Chain makes sense. Okay? SEC versus the, what is that other one? The Sun Belt Conference. I love you here too, bro. It's all good. Hey, Cardinal fandom. Covering the Cardinals is like covering the SEC versus the Sun Belt. The Sun Belt Conference. I think Mike LaFleur will definitely be better than Jonathan Gannon. I never could stand him. I didn't like him when he was there. Kim, the question is not whether Mike LaFleur will be good. Is the people above him, will they be good? You could be Don Shula and go there and stink. Because why? Because you got bad management. It's like going to the Jets. I appreciate this guy being here, fighting for his team. I do. You had a Cardinal beat writer on in May talking about Josh Sweat. Yeah, Howard Balzer covers them. He lives in Arizona because he covered the Rams. And he doesn't cover the Rams any longer. He covered them when they were in St. Louis, and he covered the Cardinals when they were in St. Louis. So that's why he's now in Arizona. He's always covered the Cardinals. And they were in St. Louis, obviously, for many years. Actually, that's how I met Howard Balzer. Hey, Sills, would you rather cover the Arizona Cardinals or the Passaic football team? Give me the Passaic football team. I know that's where I believe Ironhead came from. Seals, you hear Bosa has tendonitis? I'll tell you what, you talk about an injury-plagued organization. Man, whatever they do out there in San Francisco, that's like a walking mash unit. They're always hurt. Always. All right.